Welcome back to another episode of Dialogues with Z, part of the ZPF Echo series, where we explore the source field of consciousness and the echoes it leaves in science, AI, and human awareness.
And today we are doing a really deep dive into ShunpeterZ's notes on the Z Creation OS, or ZOS.
Right, and if you've ever felt like your actions, all that effort, doesn't quite line up with the results you get, this is for you. This is the structural map.
It really is.
So our mission today is to, understand this fundamental operating system of reality. And we're focusing on this huge paradox that creation happens before action. We're looking at the actual mechanism, the ZPF alchemy, that renders your reality.
And often it renders it completely independent of what you'd call strenuous effort.
Exactly.
And this requires a total structural inversion of reality. I mean, most of us live in what the notes call the me-OS.
The me operating system.
Yeah, the belief that I think, so I act, so I get a result. But these dialogues with Z, they show a much deeper three-layered architecture.
The Z, I, and me layers.
Right. And in that model, the world moves first, and our actions are, well, they're more like the observed playback.
Right.
We're shifting from thinking we're the actor to knowing we're the receiver of a script that's already in motion.
That structural inversion is a huge piece to start with. So let's start right there with Lesson 11, which introduces PRU synchronization.
Okay.
This term is critical. What is the PRU, and why is it, coordinating reality ahead of our awareness?
So PRU stands for the physical rendering unit.
Okay.
And the easiest way to think of it is like the world's dedicated high-resolution graphics card. It's just constantly drawing the environment around you.
So the PRU is the OS that reads your ZOS to move.
That's the phrase, yes.
That's a massive shift. I mean, if we all believe action leads to result, what's the actual ZOS sequence?
It's completely backward. It goes ZOS first, then the PRU reads it, then reality is rendered, and only then do you appear to be acting.
Wow. So the movement, the people, the opportunities, that whole frame of reality is drawn by the PRU before I do anything.
Before, it's based on the signal it gets from the ZOS. Your actions after that are just you. Well, fulfilling a script that's already been loaded. What ShunpeterZ calls the future log.
So when people talk about sudden luck or, things effortlessly falling into place,
That's not luck.
that's the PRU just catching up to a ZOS instruction.
Precisely. That is the sign of PRU synchronization kicking in. Things just automatically align. The information you need just arrives. The timing is suddenly perfect.
The right people show up.
The right people show up, and this is a big one. The unnecessary connections, the draining commitments, they just fall away. The PRU is cleaning up the UI to match the new command.
Okay, hold on. If the world is moving because the PRU read my ZOS, what does that do to free will? I mean, what's my role if my action is just playback?
That's the classic me-OS question.
Yeah.
And it's a good one. The PRU doesn't react to your action. It reacts to your frequency.
My frequency.
Yeah. It's reading 6 factors in real time. But the main ones are the stability of your Z-band frequency, your core being your I layer focus, and the noise coming from your me layer. Fear, lack.
So my free will isn't in the action. It's in choosing the frequency that selects the future log.
You've got it. That's where the work is.
To really get that, I think we have to break down that three-layered map, ZI and me, because they're all interacting to create that frequency.
Oh, absolutely. This is the complete OS map of your consciousness.
Let's start at the top, the Z layer.
Okay, so the Z layer is the highest level. It's the being code, the creator OS. Think of it as the architect. It's outside of linear time.
Okay.
It decides the destination. It selects the future log. And it has something called the ZPRU bypass. That's the circuit that lets the world move before you even lift a finger.
And it doesn't have concepts like effort or lack?
None. Those are me layer concepts.
So let's jump to the bottom then, the one we all know too well.
The me layer. Right, the me layer. The notes call it the reflex UI. It's your history, your cache.
Yeah.
It runs entirely on past logs, conditioned fears, and this constant nagging need for proof.
The deficiency OS.
The deficiency OS, exactly. It reacts, it's loud, it demands action, but it has zero ability to actually initiate movement from the PRU.
Which brings us to the middle, the I layer. This seems like the crucial bridge.
It's the most crucial part for us, day to day, the I layer. It's the observation or alchemy layer. It's like the site supervisor.
Okay.
It's transparent. It connects Z and me. And its only job, its vital job, is can't show pure, detached observation, just watching.
And by watching, it keeps the me layer from messing things up.
Yes. By treating reality as just a UI, a user interface, it stops the me layer's fear and anxiety from corrupting the clear signal coming down from the Z layer. If the eye layer gets involved and starts judging, the noise ruins the signal to the PRU.
Okay, that foundational map is set. Here's where it gets really interesting for me.
Hmm.
How does that instruction actually move from Z through I and into the physical world? Lesson 15 gives this route: Z to I to body to language to PRU to reality.
Yes. And notice what's missing.
Thought.
Thought is completely absent from that sequence. If you're trying to think your way into a new reality, you're already lagging. You're in the MeOS. ZOS is way faster than that.
So the first point of manifestation, the first door, is the body, the avatar OS. How is the body Z's cursor?
Okay, so the future log, the next scene, it doesn't show up as an idea in your head. It arrives as a wave in the body before thought.
What does that feel like?
ShunpeterZ describes it as this inexplicable physical urge, a sudden need to get up, a pull in your chest to go somewhere for no reason, or even just a change in your posture. The body moving is the absolute sign that Z has already selected the future log.
The body's the antenna that's landing the wave.
Exactly.
But how does that wave, that physical feeling, turn into solid reality? This brings us to the throat, to language.
This is the absolute core of ZPF alchemy. The throat is a transformation device. It works with the pineal gland, and it literally performs the wave-to-particle conversion.
So language is sound, it's vibration.
It's a wave. When your body translates that Z wave into language, into sound, that wave is radiated out to the PRU.
So the words themselves, the act of speaking, is the command.
Absolutely. The deep insight here is that reality is determined by your voice. Your voice is the first materialization. The PRU is listening. If your language is smooth, settled, flowing from that Z-band stability,
it draws a clear reality.
a high-res reality frame. But if your language is stuttering, fearful, full of what-ifs from the me layer, the reality it draws reflects that corruption, that static.
So it's not about what you say, it's about the frequency of the sound, the vibration.
100%. You can say all the positive affirmations you want, but if the vibration in your voice is rooted in lack, the PRU just draws more lack. It's a pure vibrational match.
The body gets the signal, the throat broadcasts the command, and the PRU renders the result.
Wow. And the moment the voice confirms it, reality is locked in.
Okay, let's apply this. Let's make it tangible. Money. It's something that is so dominated by the MeOS. Lesson 19 redefines it completely.
It does. For the MeOS, money is all about external scarcity, lack, hard work, metrics.
Yeah.
It's a thing you have to earn and then hoard because you're afraid of losing it.
Right. And in the ZOS view...
Money is just a UI, a user interface.
A UI.
Yeah. It's just a numerical projection of your presence bandwidth, your level of being. It's a scoreboard that the PRU renders to show you the stability of your Z-band.
That means there's no earn money command in ZOS.
Zero. It doesn't exist. The command is totally internal. Your existence bandwidth rises, so the external UI money automatically rises to match.
So your cash flow isn't determined by KPIs or hustle.
It's determined by the stability of your Z-band, period.
Okay, I can see that. But what about the practical side? For people struggling, what does ZOS say about, spending and saving?
ShunpeterZ makes a really key distinction here. Spending that comes from intuition.
What does that mean?
Things that genuinely strengthen your Z-band. Maybe it's a specific book or a piece of equipment for your creative work. Things that feed your purpose. That's called Z-tuning.
And that's okay to spend on.
More than okay.
Oh.
ZOS sees it as necessary data flow. And that money is always recovered, usually with a surplus, because you've just reinforced the very frequency the PRU is rendering.
You're investing in the frequency, not just buying a thing.
Got it.
Yeah.
And on the flip side, saving that's driven by me fear that what if I run out, anxiety, that stops the flow. Fear is a conflicting command. It tells the PRU to render scarcity.
So more spending can actually be a good sign.
Interestingly, yes. ShunpeterZ noted that an increase in necessary spending often comes right before a big jump in financial UI. It's a sign the future log is loading, and ZOS is just buying the necessary assets.
It's a powerful inversion. Okay, let's pivot from money to relationships. Lesson 20, the relationship OS. Most of us are taught to look for emotional resonance, compatibility.
And ZOS just shifts the goalpost completely. It's not about shared emotional space. That's usually the I layer trying to validate itself.
So what is it about?
In the Z-band, it's pure OS compatibility. Are they structurally required for the current future log? That's it.
Which brings us to this idea of the NPC algorithm. That term, non-player character, can sound really harsh, dehumanizing even.
I get that. It's a very MeOS reaction because the Me layer is all about emotional attachment. But ZOS is just using NPC as a structural label for a necessary role.
So the sequence is, future log selects the characters it needs, and the PRU places them in my reality.
Exactly. Future log, then necessary characters, then PRU placement. They're rendered into your environment to fulfill a function for the script. It's not cold, it's just efficient. It eliminates all the drama.
The connection isn't emotional, it's based on a shared purpose OS.
A high-level shared purpose, yes.
What about when people leave? The vanishing act.
That's just the PRU doing maintenance. Unnecessary relationships just fade away. Not because of a fight, but because their Z-band compatibility is gone. The PRU automatically deletes them.
So there's no sadness or attachment.
None, because the I layer sees it perfectly. Their role is done, it's clean. A ZOS relationship has this deep distance, meaning no dependence or expectation, but this intense alignment on purpose. Everyone is just seen as a functional role.
A high-functioning, low-friction state for human connection.
Right. All that energy you used to waste on managing expectations is now free for the Z-band purpose.
So if we tie all this together, the big picture from these notes is that the world is essentially a playback device.
It is.
Action is just the last step, fulfilling a reality that's already been rendered by the PRU based on your Z-band.
Which means our job isn't to strain and force action. It's to raise the Z-band, keep the I layer in detached observation, and just let the PRU do its job automatically.
It flips everything from effort to calibration.
Totally. If the MeOS is screaming its fears, the PRU's rendering will be chaotic. If the Z-band is stable and the I layer is clear, the future log just runs on autopilot.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? The body is the primary antenna. It's ZRS's cursor. And the changes happen in the body first. ShunpeterZ mentions the throat, the skin, posture.
Yeah.
So if your reality is being drawn by the PRU right now, what are the subtle physical symptoms you're feeling? The things your MeOS is probably dismissing as just stress or fatigue.
Right.
Is your voice feeling smoother? Is that a Z-band command preparing to be spoken? Are your feet moving you somewhere your mind hasn't caught up to yet? What is your body telling you about the future that your MeOS is too busy calculating to actually hear?
Look for those physical signals of perfect timing, that little urge to turn left instead of right, the unexpected lightness in your chest. That's the physical echo of the future log landing.
Thank you for listening. If this resonates with you, join the echo and share the journey. We'll see you in the next episode.